Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tech Money Diaries podcast, where we talk about real tech, real money, and real life. And today we have another episode of the Tech Money Diaries, the Pulse quick chat series. And we have a lot lined up for you in this episode. So without further ado, today's Pulse is the insight on tech, pay trends, and opportunities. In our tech and AI segment, we're going to talk about the rapid evolution in AI poses both exciting possibilities and significant risk, emphasizing the need for robust security measures and ethical guidelines. We're going to also talk about the pay watch as companies prepare for 2026. Flat pay plans highlight growing disconnect between high skill job demands and compensation, raising the concerns for workers. We're also going to talk about opportunities. The rise of AI team developers presents an exciting opportunity with a rate between $90 and $170 per hour, reflecting on increasing the value of tech skills. And I do want to go ahead and mention that today's episode is brought to you by Tech Money Diaries and our copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So, in our first topic here, understanding key developments in AI security today. So, we're talking about AI security. So, the rise of AI technologies bring new vulnerabilities, and we've been talking about that in our a lot more in our cyber segment. But this one is actually just giving us a little bit of priorities for AI enterprises. So it's similar, but just see what you can take and grab from it. And then if we have more news in our upcoming episodes regarding cyber, definitely take what you can for it as well, from it as well. So businesses must implement robust protocols to protect against breaches and ensure data integrity. And this is something that right now that we're discussing that Anthropic versus OpenAI. The competition between Anthropic and OpenAI highlights diverse approaches to AI safety. Each organization aims to create safer AI systems while addressing ethical concerns and promoting responsible usage. So, this particular news story is pretty much talking about how Anthropic versus OpenAI's red teaming methods reveal different security priorities for enterprise AI, which is very important in this evolving AI economy here. And they're just trying to give more information about improving the security of their models and things of that nature, and conducting red team exercises, which is something that we want them to actually make sure that their modules are doing what they should be doing when it comes to security. And this is a top priority, especially for those working in cybersecurity, the gig economy, tech, and AI. It is definitely something that we need to stay up to date on to just know what's going on and what's out there, what can and cannot be done. So for more information regarding this particular story and how Anthropic versus OpenAI has this competition, which is approaching diverse ways for AI safety, in other words. Each organization is trying to create a safer AI system. So that is definitely something to understand, especially when you're choosing between what AI system you're using. And just to note, this article actually goes into what the attack data shows, ways to catch deception, when the model game is the test, when the modules game the test. So it is getting into a deeper sense of what they're doing in the sense of red testing and results and things of that nature. So I would definitely check this news story out. It is something you do want to know what's going on behind the scenes and to stay informed. And I will be putting the description for our news stories that we discussed in this episode in the description. So if you have any questions regarding that, go ahead and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll definitely come back and answer your questions. So the next thing we're going to talk about how AI's disruption is ahead. How AI's disruption is ahead. So pretty much embrace change or risk failure. So AI denial is becoming an enterprise risk by dismissing slop obscures real capability gain. So this is pretty much going over how when ChatGPT was born and what's going on pretty much in today's landscape. Also, it is getting into how influencers are talking about AI's progress and the scaling or not so much scaling of it. They're getting into some perceptions, the dangers of AI's denial, AI manipulation problems. So it's definitely something that you want to stay up to date on what's going on in the AI economy and what has been evolving over time. So our next story is actually on our Paywatch story here. So in our Paywatch story, we are actually talking about pay. So analyzing 2026 salary trends. So this particular news story is talking about how employers' flat 2026 pay plans point to disconnect. And this one is just giving some insight on organizations seeking in-demand skills and market competitiveness, but most plan to spread pay increases evenly rather than key in on certain employees, according to the firm. And this is Mercer, which is MERCR. That's what they're actually saying. So they're talking about pay strategies, some of the data that's been showed for the salary increases, and the different findings that suggest a disconnect, pretty much. And it's saying that there's a disconnect with employers. Um, and I think this is definitely important to note of what's going on in the economy, just in general, not necessarily just big economies, because they're saying that there is a talent development and market competitiveness, but there's a disconnect, which I definitely have been seeing it. So, and it goes into some insights and this does give a lot of statistics regarding it. So I would say definitely check this particular news story out, where you can find more information on salary trends and how they're saying that there's a disconnect with employers. All right, and then our next thing is an opportunity. So we have an opportunity in this segment where we're actually just presenting to you an opportunity from look like it is for a.team, which is a first team formation platform. It's actually the world's first team formation platform. Um, Pretty interesting. Looks like it's backed by some pretty prominent people, which is quite interesting. And And it looks like this posting is closing soon. So you definitely want to get on and apply before January 7th because it is talking about a senior independent software developer role. And then they're saying that the developers are being sought after and they're offering a pay rate between 90 and said $170 an hour. So if you're a software developer, specifically independent, because this is a contract role, you have an opportunity at your hands to apply for this role before it looks like January 7th, 2026. And then looking for, it looks like it's a full stack programming role. So as the gig economy grows, skilled developers can leverage their expertise for better opportunities. And if I'm not mistaken, this platform that I'm talking about, a.team, does have other opportunities, not just this one. So you may want to check out this platform as well if you're looking for more gigs in the gig economy. So we'll be bringing to you different segments within our series here regarding tech and AI, cyber, as well as the gig economy and different opportunities. Also, pay watches on our list to provide you as well. But we're not going to go too far into it. We do want you to check out the actual articles from the sources so we can have you stay up to date on what's going on in the economy, especially the gig economy in the cybersecurity world and tech and AI. So this opportunity is definitely a great catch for today's episode because this platform that's hiring for this developer doesn't just hire for developers. So I'll put some more information about this platform in the description. So make sure you are staying connected with us. And some key takeaways from today's episode. We'll start off with the AI skills. So investing in AI skills gives you a significant leverage in the job market, enabling higher employment opportunities and better competition. We all know that the stakes are high, and it is definitely something that you want to make sure that you're staying up to date on because there's definitely a lot of competition. And security matters. Understanding security implications in tech is essential. So it protects you and your data while enhancing your credibility in the digital landscape. First up, I would say get smart about AI security, different AI modules like Anthropic and OpenAI, as we discussed just a bit about what they are doing. Have widely different red teaming approaches if they both actually have widely different red teaming approaches. If you're building with or relying on AI, understand how securing your chosen platform really is against manipulation. It's not just about features, it's about resilience. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the AI denial. The news story that we talked about was crystal clear. It was talking about AI capabilities are accelerating, which we all know, not slowing down. This isn't just about automations, it's about AI performing cognitive and creative tasks at a level that will impact many of our roles. And we've been talking about that throughout the series. So stay vigilant, keep learning, and adapt your skill set. Assume AI will disrupt your current workflow. Just make it like, okay, I understand that AI is going to disrupt this soon, so let me skill up. So, knowing your worth. So, recognizing your worth in the tech industry empowers you to negotiate effectively and pursue positions that align with your skills. This is a big one for you. It's for your career. Despite the flat pay plan that many employers in 2026 specialized tech skills and AI skills are still incredibly valuable, that is. Don't settle for average raises if your expertise is high demand. Platforms like the one we discussed, the a.team, shows you where there is a strong market for experienced independent developers earning top dollars. So if your current employer is not recognizing your value, the market might be calling. especially for senior roles with a rate up to $170 an hour. So stay informed, keep up to date with the industry trends, ensure you're remaining competitive and knowledgeable. This allows you to adapt and also allows you to adapt to rapid technology changes. So stay up to date. And also, last but not least, thank you for tuning in to the Tech Money Diaries, the Pulse quick chat series from our Tech Money Diaries podcast, where we talk about real tech, real money, and real life. Thank you for tuning in. Please share your thoughts and connect with us today. You can comment below, like, and subscribe to stay informed on tech, AI, cyber, and the gig economy. If you would like to partner with us, and we may like to partner with you, send us a partnership email at techmoneydiaries@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to see if we aligned and partner. And if there's no other questions, thank you for tuning in to this episode of our Tech Money Diaries, the Pulse series in the Tech Money Diaries podcast. Until next episode, thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day.